Marissa, could you continue the story of the Fairlady Z S30 S130 you introduced last time? Start from the birth of the Z31.
Oh, you got it, sure thing.
Huh. Marissa, were you born and raised in Edo or something?
Well now.
A true Edo native means 3 generations born and raised in Edo, right?
Oh.
And anyway, Marissa, you were born in Oda Ward, weren't you?
Oh.
Oda Ward used to be where Harajuku was located, right?
That's right.
Harajuku was between Shinagawa-juku and Kawasaki-juku, wasn't it? So it's not even Edo.
Well now.
Stop saying silly things and let's get started already.
Oh, you got it, sure thing.
Oh.
Alright, let's begin. The Z31 is the third generation Nissan Fairlady Z300ZX, launched in 1983. This model inherited the history and tradition since the original S30. Fusing beautiful styling that embodied the Fairlady Z spirit with cutting-edge technology.
Wow, that's amazing. But specifically, what kind of evolution did it have?
Well, the Z31's engine was changed from the previous L-series inline-six to a new generation V6. Equipped with the SOHC turbo 2-liter VG30DETT and 3-liter VG30DETT. Some inline-six versions remained, but later all domestic grades became V6 turbos. In contrast to its rival, the Toyota Supra, which used a 2-liter NA engine for its budget version. The VG30DETT was particularly powerful for its time, and until the 7M GTEU when the Supra arrived, it boasted top-class output. Combined with its aerodynamic body, the European spec model reached a top speed of 250 km per hour.
That's amazing, that makes sense. But why is the Fairlady Z so popular?
It's because the Fairlady Z is Nissan's flagship model and is widely known as Japan's iconic sports car. Moreover, its beautiful design and high performance at a reasonable price are why so many people love it.
I can see why car enthusiasts love it then. Tell me more in detail.
Of course, Raimu. Let me explain the Fairlady Z in detail. So, take it easy and enjoy.
Marissa, simply put, what changed from the S130 to the Z31 and Z32?
Well, besides the styling becoming rounder, the engine changed.
How so?
The engine changed from inline-six to mostly V6. At first some inline-sixes remained, but they were gradually phased out and unified to V6. This was quite different from the Skyline, which stuck with the inline-six.
What are inline-six and V6 anyway?
That refers to engine types based on their shape, Raimu. They are classified mainly by cylinder arrangement. An inline-six is an inline engine with 6 cylinders. A V6 is a V-type engine with 6 cylinders.
Oh, that's interesting.
First, let me explain inline engines.
Go ahead.
An inline engine has cylinders arranged in a single row, which makes the structure simple. However, the more cylinders, the longer the whole engine becomes.
I see, so inline engines are simple but get long.
That's right. Next, a V-type engine has cylinders arranged in a V-shape around the crankshaft, making the engine shorter than an inline engine of the same cylinder count. Also, since the engine block becomes closer to a cube, the engine has higher overall rigidity. V-angles, bank angles, come in 60, 70, or 90 degrees and more.
Wow, V-engines are compact and rigid. Marissa, so does that mean a V-engine with a 180-degree bank angle is called a horizontally opposed engine?
That's a bit different, Raimu. Actually, horizontally opposed engines and 180-degree V-engines look similar but are completely different inside.
What, really? But both have horizontally arranged cylinders, right?
Yes, that's true. But how the pistons move inside the cylinders, that's the big difference.
How the pistons move? What do you mean?
Let me explain the horizontally opposed engine first. In most horizontally opposed engines, the opposing pistons move inward and outward simultaneously. This is called the boxer configuration. So opposing cylinders cancel out each other's vibrations. Compared to inline and other engine types, vibrations are remarkably reduced.
I see, that's why they're called boxer engines. But how is that different from a 180-degree V engine?
Good question, Raimu. In a 180-degree V engine, the left and right cylinders share crank pins. That is, opposing pistons move in the same direction. So when one side is at top dead center, the other side is at bottom dead center.
Oh, so horizontally opposed engines and 180-degree V engines look similar but are totally different inside.
That's right, Raimu. For example, the Ferrari 512 BB, famous from the supercar boom, BB stands for Berlinetta Boxer, meaning two-door coupe and boxer engine, but in reality, it doesn't have a horizontally opposed engine. It's actually equipped with a 180-degree V engine.
I see, so the Ferrari 512 BB looks like it has a boxer engine but actually has a 180-degree V engine inside.
By the way, a radial engine is a reciprocating engine with cylinders arranged radially. And until the mid-20th century, aircraft engines were mostly gasoline engines, and air-cooled radial layouts were most commonly used. The cylinders are arranged radially around the crankshaft.
Radial engines look just like fireworks.
That's right. Each engine layout suits specific applications and conditions. Also, all these engines need a flywheel to keep the piston's reciprocating motion continuous. Because the piston also spins the flywheel, some power is lost, but it's essential for smooth reciprocating motion. When starting an engine, you first need to spin the flywheel to get it going. A car's starter motor does exactly that job.
I see, so engine shape changes its characteristics and uses. And the flywheel is essential to keep the engine running smoothly.
That's right, Raimu. Engine layout and the flywheel greatly influence a car's performance.
Marissa, back to the Z31.
Oh, you got it, sure thing.
Oh.
The Z31 is the third-generation Fairlady Z300ZX, produced from 1983 to 1989. Its engine was the VG30DETT, a 2,960 cubic centimeters V6, with a max output of 230 horsepower in the 1983 model. There were also the 1998 cubic centimeters VG30DETT V6, the 1998 cubic centimeters RB20DETT inline-six, and the 2,960 cubic centimeters VG30DE V6.
Wow, that's impressive.
Right, Raimu. The wheelbase is 2,320 mm for the two-seater and 2,520 mm for the 2x2. Length is 4,335 mm for the two-seater and 4,535 mm for the 2x2. Width is 1,725 mm for the two-seater and 1,690 mm for the 2x2. Height is 1,295 mm for the two-seater and 1,310 mm for the 2x2.
What is this 2x2?
Imagine a two-seater with two small extra seats added. Compared to a four-seater, the rear seats are extremely cramped, with more space allocated to the driver and front passenger. Basically, it can carry 4 people in a pinch.
I see, so that's why the wheelbase is longer for the 2x2 than the two-seater.
Exactly. Only by 20 centimeters though.
Huh. That's tight.
Right, Raimu. The Fairlady Z isn't aimed at long-distance drives with 4 people like the Skyline. It's purely a sports car. Style first.
Rear seat comfort comes last.
Right, Raimu. The Z31 inherits the long-nose, short-deck concept traditional to the Z, while reshaping the exterior to emphasize aerodynamics in this third generation. It was the second full model change in 5 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Raimu. Next let's talk about the Z32. The Z32 is the 4th generation Fairlady Z/Nissan 300ZX, produced from 1989 to 2000. Seating capacity is 2 or 4, and body types include a 3-door fastback and a 2-door convertible. The engine is the VG30DETT 2,960 cubic centimeters V6, with max output of 230 horsepower NA and 280 horsepower twin-turbo, VG30DETT.
That's the famous 280 horsepower gentleman's agreement.
Exactly. In fact, Nissan was considering a Fairlady Z with more than 300 horsepower.
Marissa, what's a fastback anyway?
A fastback is a body-style classification for cars where the roof slopes continuously down to the rear of the vehicle.
A fastback is the typical sports car shape.
That's right. Raimu, let me explain the engines of each Fairlady Z generation. First, the original S30, 1969 to 1978. Engines were inline-six, L20, L20E, S20, L24, L26, and L28.
Wow, that's a wide engine lineup.
Right, Raimu. Next, the second generation S130, 1978 to 1983. Engines were inline-six, L20E, L20ET, and L28E. Next, the third generation Z31, 1983 to 1989. Engines were V6, RB20DETT, VG20ET, VG20DETT, and VG30ET.
That's where the V-engine era begins.
Right, Raimu. Next, the fourth generation Z32, 1989 to 2000. Engines were V6, VG30DE and VG30DETT, twin-turbo. Next, the fifth generation Z33, 2002 to 2008. Engines were V6, VQ35D and VQ35HR. Next, the 6th generation Z34, 2008 to 2020. The engine was the V6 VQ37 VHR.
Wow, hard to choose.
Right, Raimu. Finally, the 6th generation improved RZ34, 2022. The engine is the V6 VR30DETT, DOHC direct injection twin turbo.
But which Fairlady Z sold the most?
Raimu, let me explain. First, let's look at sales by each generation. The first generation Fairlady Z S30 sold about 484,860 units from 1969 to 1978. Next, the second generation S130 sold about 425,400 units from 1978 to 1983. The third generation Z31 sold about 364,700 units from 1983 to 1989. The fourth generation Z32 300ZX sold about 360,000 units from 1990 to 2000. The fifth generation Z33 sold about 200,000 units from 2002 to 2008. The sixth generation Z34 sold about 100,000 units from 2008 to the present.
I see, so the original S30 ended up being the best seller.
Car prices keep rising year by year, and young people's interests are diversifying, so it can't be helped.
It's a bit sad though. Marissa, I heard a rumor there's a Fairlady Z police car. Is it true?
Yes, it's true, Raimu. Actually, in 1972, Nissan donated an S32 40 ZG police car to the Kanagawa Prefectural Police Highway Traffic Police Unit. Back then, it was called the strongest police car and was active until 1980.
Wow, amazing. But did they continue after that?
After that, they were succeeded by the S130, Z31, Z32, and Z33. Especially the Z32 introduced in 1992, donated to the police, was quite active and stayed in service until around 2004.
Oh? That's a long service life. But where is that police car now?
The S32 40 ZG police car wasn't scrapped and survived. It was once displayed at the Prefectural Police Traffic Safety Center. But after it closed, the Prefectural Police kept it. Now it's been returned to Nissan and is preserved at the Zama Heritage Collection.
I see, that's a relief. It would be sad if it were scrapped. But what about other prefectures?
Well, in 1975, the Mie Prefectural Police Chief heard from subordinates that on the Higashimehan Expressway, drivers say Mie Police's patrol cars are too old to catch speeders. And drivers were speeding freely. So he used the budget for 8 replacement police cars to introduce one each for the expressway's up and down lanes, totaling 2 Fairlady ZS.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's not all, Raimu. Those cars were extremely effective in catching malicious speeders who had previously escaped from the Prefectural Highway Unit. And finally, speeding was eliminated from Mie's expressways.
Wow, amazing. But how about more recent police cars?
More recently, in 2007 a Z33 version Nismo was assigned to the Tachijai Prefectural Police Highway Unit and is in use on the Tohoku Expressway. And in 2016, a Z34 Nismo was introduced to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Highway Unit.
Marissa, with all this generosity, does Nissan get any benefit?
Yes, they do, Raimu. Donating the Fairlady Z to the police has several benefits.
What do you mean?
First, when the Fairlady Z is used as a police patrol car, Nissan's brand image improves. Especially being recognized as the strongest police car is excellent advertising emphasizing its performance and reliability.
Oh? Amazing. But is that all?
That's not all, Raimu. By using a high-performance car like the Fairlady Z as a patrol car, it deters traffic violations. This also sends a positive message that Nissan contributes to society.
I see, that makes sense. But are there other benefits?
Yes, the Fairlady Z's active role as a police car can be used for PR including recruitment. This specifically shows how Nissan products contribute to society.
Marissa, are there other sports cars or GTs donated to the police by automakers?
Yes, there are, Raimu. Other automakers have donated sports cars and GT cars to the police.
What do you mean?
For example, in 2018, a Nissan GT-R R35 was donated to the Tochigi Prefectural Police. This vehicle was donated by a corporate executive in the prefecture, costing about 18.7 million yen including police vehicle conversion fees.
Wow, amazing.
That's not all, Raimu. In 2020, a Lexus LC500 was donated to the Tochigi Prefectural Police. This was also donated by a corporate executive in the prefecture, costing about 17.4 million yen including police vehicle conversion fees.
I see.
Also, in 2007 a Z33 version Nismo was donated to the Tochigi Prefectural Police and is in use on the Tohoku Expressway. And in 2016, a Z34 Nismo was introduced to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Highway Unit.
Wow, amazing.
Raimu, what did you think? We introduced the Fairlady Z in 2 parts.
I thought it was wonderful how it has consistently stayed a sports car from the start. It's a charming car with a flavor distinct from the Skyline.
Right, and unlike the Skyline where 4 people want to ride together, the 2x2 is a stylish little compromise.
Indeed.
I'm always happy when you ask, Raimu. Thanks for watching this far. We'll continue introducing nostalgic old cars. If you want to see more, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel.
Look forward to the next one.
See you next time. Until the end. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.